Two siblings inherit a home. One wants to keep it, the other wants the money. Sounds simple, right? Well, it's not. If you do this wrong, you could trigger taxes, overpay, or even damage the relationship permanently. Let's break it down exactly how this works in Ontario. If you've inherited a property and you're trying to figure out how a sibling's buyout works, how to determine value, what taxes apply, and what fees to expect, this video is for you. I'm going to walk you through it step by step. So let's get started with step number 1, determining the home's value. The most important number in this entire situation is fair market value. That's what the home would sell for on the open market. There are 3 common ways to determine it. Option 1 is a professional appraisal, which is the cleanest option. So you would get a certified appraiser, usually cost $400 to $700, and it's the best option if there's tension or tax concerns. Option 2 is a realtor comparative market analysis. So this goes based on recent comparable sales. Sometimes it could even be free or for a small fee, and it works if both siblings trust the process. Option 3, get 2 opinions and average them. So this is where you would take 2 appraisals or 2 agent opinions and take the average. This keeps it fair and balanced. An important note to consider, in most cases, the value that matters is the value at the date of death, not today, especially for tax purposes. So let's move on to step number 2, how the buyout actually works. Let's say the home is worth $800,000. It's split 50-50. So each sibling's share would be $400,000. If one sibling wants to keep it, they must pay the other sibling $400,000 minus any adjustments like outstanding mortgage, property taxes owing, expenses paid by one sibling. The buying sibling either then uses cash or refinances and qualifies for a mortgage to buy out the other. Once complete, one sibling owns 100%. So step number 3, taxes you need to know about. This is where people get surprised. Capital gains tax would be number 1 at the estate level. When someone passes away, the CRA treats it as if the property was sold at fair market value. If it was the grandparents' principal residence, let's say, the principal residence exemption may eliminate capital gains tax, but if it was a rental, a cottage, or an investment property, there may be capital gains owing. This tax is paid by the estate before distribution, not by the siblings personally. Number 2 is land transfer tax when one sibling takes full ownership. And yes, land transfer tax still applies even between family. In Ontario, provincial land transfer tax applies. If the home is in Toronto, there's a second municipal land transfer tax. So on our example of $400,000 transfer, you could be looking at roughly $8,000 total in Ontario. There are no family exemptions in this situation. Number 3 is probate/estate administration tax. If probate hasn't already been done, Ontario charges about 1.5% on the estate value over $50,000. If probate is complete, this may already be handled. So let's move on to step number 4, legal and closing costs to expect. This is a very important step because it could add up to extra thousands of dollars. So step 4, legal and closing costs to expect. Real estate lawyer, $1,500 to $3,000. Title insurance, $300 to $500. Appraisal, $400 to $700. And registration and disbursements, a few $100s. There could be more that apply, but it also depends on each individual situation. It's not just a handshake deal though, it must be legally transferred. How to do this without family drama here's the cleanest way to handle it. So get one independent appraisal, confirm tax implications with an accountant, use an estate lawyer, put everything in writing, that's very important, and structure it like a normal real estate transaction. When emotions are involved, clarity prevents conflict. If you or someone you know is dealing with an inherited property in Ontario and you're not sure what to do, reach out and I'm more than happy to help. These situations are emotional, but when structured properly, they can be handled smoothly and fairly. And if you found this helpful, subscribe. I break down real estate situations that most people only learn about the hard way.